Snowfrock by Marija Fekete-Sullivan. Some children believe that the snowman came from a white penguin. Long, long ago, there lived a white penguin on the coast of the coldest sea. Winter's children used to call him Snowfrock. On the first day of every new year, Snowfrock would come close to their village and wait for the kids on the coast. Only kids. He would run away seeing winter's man. The penguin allowed children to wash his face in the cold sea water, to hug him and dance around him. Winter's children knew they mustn't say a single word. As soon as anyone said a word, Snowfrock would walk away to his family. The white penguin feared the words of adults. And then children spoke. They reminded him of their parents. Snowfrock would only come back on the next New Year's Day. Yet, in his family of penguins, nobody hugged Snowfrock or danced with him. The white penguin was looked down upon, for he had never worn a black tailcoat like all the other penguins. At first, everyone thought Snowfrock would change when he grew up. Years passed and the white penguin was still without a proper outfit. All he had was the white blanket that penguins wear under their tailcoats. Still, everybody had to admit that Snowfrock's outfit was always perfectly clean and shiny. But the penguin's tailor, Grumko, was always after Snowfrock. He would say to him, "You look as simple as a snowman. Why don't you want to appear well-dressed like the rest of us?" The white penguin shrugged his shoulders. "I don't care about that. All I want is to be comfortable in my clothes," he said. And really, Snowfrock could run and jump up and down as much as he liked. He could roll over in the snow and make the little penguins laugh. All the other penguins looked terribly dignified, as though they were always at an important party where everyone had to mind his clothes. They couldn't relax for a minute, and they were often busy adjusting their festive black garments. Even the smallest penguins had to watch their precious tailcoats. Their parents would warn them regularly not to be too friendly with Snowfrock, for he might make them take off their coats too. Still, Snowfrock was always followed by columns of little penguins. He was able to organize the greatest concert on the seashore. Snowfrock was good fun. He and his little buddies would collect the biggest singing shells from the sea. The shells would ring and gurgle, and the teenage penguins would clap their wings rhythmically as if they were drums. The most musical among them, Brownie, would squeak romantically, singing the penguins' love song. Even the adult penguins liked to watch the concert directed by Snowfrock, although they would not admit it. They would stand to one side, adjusting their fancy tailcoats from time to time and humming and murmuring in the pause between the songs. The Snowfrock looks strange in his white blanket. It's a shame that our kids like him so much. Yes, it's a shame. We must convince him to get dressed like the rest of us. The tailor was quick to agree. "Oh, come on! We're all penguins here. We are free to wear what we like," said Wendy, a lady penguin who often experimented with her clothes. She even managed to transform her black tailcoat into an evening dress. "You don't have to say anything," Grumko, the tailor, protested. "Look what you did to your tailcoat I made for you." "Why, isn't my dress pretty?" Wendy said, turning around. A few whistles of approval followed when Wendy displayed a big white ribbon she had added to the front part of her short dress. After the concert had finished, the little penguins bowed towards the audience and applause broke out. But when Snowfrock bowed after the others, nobody applauded. Even Wendy was afraid to do so. The white penguin's heart froze. He stood for a few seconds without saying a word, proud and upright. "What are you waiting for, Snowman?" the tailor shouted. "Do you expect us to clap our wings for you?" Snowfrock couldn't move. His whole body was like a heavy snowball. All his life, little children and chicks had cheered him while adults had only hurt him. He wanted to walk away, just as he did if one of Winter's children spoke to him. But where? Penguins were his family. "Snowman! Snowman!" the crowd of penguins shouted louder and louder. Some of them ran towards the white penguin and put snowballs on top of his head. The white penguin didn't move, even as the crowd covered him completely with snow. "Maybe I'm a snowman," the white penguin thought before falling asleep. Like a snowman, he lived just to play. The little penguins who had been playing and singing at the concert couldn't believe their eyes. They cried helplessly as the big penguins amused themselves making a snowman of Snowfrock. Afterwards, the adults quickly adjusted their black tailcoats and took their chicks back home. The white penguin was left alone to freeze slowly. This happened the day before New Year. The next morning, Winter's children were very disappointed when there was no Snowfrock to visit them. "We must find him, otherwise there will be no happy New Year for us." Winter's children wandered along the coast until they found the snowman. "Who made this?" they asked one another. Since nobody could answer, Winter's children were puzzled. There were no other children on the coast apart from Winter's children. "Hey, look! The snowman has a tail!" exclaimed one winter boy. Yes, this is like a snowman with a frock." Winter's girls and boys looked at each other in surprise. "Snowfrock!" they exclaimed in one voice. "This is our white penguin! Is he alive? What did they do to him? Who did all this?" The children asked one another without getting an answer, for the white penguin was silent as snow. They suddenly remembered that Snowfrock feared their words, so they stopped talking at once. In their little palms, they brought cold sea water to wash away the frozen flakes from the penguin's face. He looked happily asleep. The children poured water all over him. The snow melted. But in the place over Snowfrock's heart, the ice refused to melt. Winter's children hugged him, farewell hugs, for they believed Snowfrock had decided to stay forever in icy silence. "Don't leave us, Snowfrock!" cried the smallest Winter's child, who couldn't suppress his words any longer. The white penguin instantly opened his eyes. Winter's children jumped with happiness, but Snowfrock only stayed with Winter's children for one New Year's dance before he hurried away to his family. Wendy ran towards him as soon as she spotted the walking whiteness from afar. She knew it was Snowfrock. They couldn't kill the proud penguin, more proud in his simple blanket than all the others in their tailcoats. She took his wings and started to dance with Snowfrock. The chicks joined them. Some of them took off their tailcoats to stay only in white blankets like Snowfrock. The adult penguins now looked at Grimco, the tailor, accusingly. "We almost froze poor Snowfrock. It's all because of you." The adult penguins nudged Grimco towards the sea. "Cool your stupid head there and try to think how to change our dull uniforms." Grimco stayed in the sea for a long time, and then he agreed to sew whatever the penguins desired. All that time, penguins wore not just tailcoats, but everything you could possibly imagine in black and white. Some of them, though, only wore blankets like Snowfrock. These cool penguins were called snowmen.